This is Waga. Welcome to the channel. As always, like and subscribe. Start the repository on GitHub. We're going to continue building our profile block, and what we're going to do is we are going to continue from where we left off. As I said, this video was part of a longer video which was split in two. So let's continue from where we left off. And we could come here and say at override, and we could just come to login events, and we could copy this. Wait, where's the first one? We could just copy this, copy it, come to profile event, and you can get rid of the override, and you can paste that there. And then after that, we're going to have a name changed event, and this is going to be class name changed. Wait, I did that move there. Okay, let's just go name changed, which will extend our profile event, and this will have and we can create, let's come here and say create constructor, and we can make this required, bring in the meta package, and we can come here and say at required, like so, and we could copy this, and I've gone through this several times, so I think the goal of this is just to muddle through, get through the block, and start building the page. And we could come here and we could copy this, we copy it, and after we copy this, we should get the photo changed, and this will be of type file, which will bring in from the IO, and this will be of photo, and this will be photo, and this will be, you get the drill, and this will be again photo, like so. And after that, we could save and get the dot formatter working. After photo changed, we could get the age changed, and the age changed, and this is the age changed, and the age changed is of date time, and this is going to be age, this is going to be age, this is going to be age, like so. After the age, we have the gender changed, and gender is going to be a string, so let's pick the name changed. So let's come here, pick this, Command Z, we can do that. Come here, pick this, copy, come, paste, and return it into the gender changed. The gender capitalized, the class after all, class gender, and this is gender, and this is gender, and this is gender, like so. So we got the gender changed, and we next need the interested in, and we could copy that, come here, paste, and this is going to be interested in, and we could say interested in. I think I've forgotten the Android Studio shortcut. I was working on web a bit, and I'm remembering the VS Code one, so that we could select this and this. But oh yeah, I could just click and use that. Okay, I've just realized that now. Okay, interested in, and this is going to be not gender, it's going to be interested in, and this is going to be interested in, and we're going to compare them based on interested in. And now after interested in, we have location. Location is going to be a geo point, so we could just copy this, come here, copy, come down, yes, and that is going to be geo point, and this is going to be location. This is supposed to be interest, not interest, it should be interested in changed, right? Interested in changed, like so, because yeah, it's supposed to be interested in changed. This is supposed to be location changed. Location changed, and this is going to be location changed, and this is going to be location. This is going to be location, and no prizes for guessing what this is going to be. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? It's going to be location. Okay, then we're going to have submitted. We are going to say submitted extends the profile event, and this one is going to have several things. It's going to have the strings. Let's declare the strings first. The string is going to be, they're all going to be final, remember? Yeah, they're supposed to be final. So we're going to say name, gender, interested in, like so, and then the date time is going to be age, if I can spell it correctly, and then geopoint, and the geopoint is going to be location, like so, and then photo is a type of file, like so, and this one's all red because they want a constructor, and we can come here and we can create a constructor for the final fields, can make them named, and we have to type required a bunch of times. We could come here and type required, give it a bit of space, copy this, copy this, the name, come here, paste, space, give it a space, come here, get a space, paste, this doesn't interest in, give it space, come here, required, come here, space, come here, space, okay, submitted, and then after that, that's done. We copy this, override, copy, come down here, and this is supposed to be, we can have location, name, age, gender, what am I missing, location, interested in, did I leave anything out? Name, gender, interested in, age, location, and of course photo. How can I leave the photo? It's the crowning joy. Okay, so we've done that, and yeah, I think we have everything we need. basically. I'll check, we have name changed, and the name is a string. Okay, name. Photo is a file, photo. Age is datetime, age. Gender is a string, gender. Interested in is a string, interested in. Location is a geopoint, location. And submitted, for submitted location, and for submitted is name, gender, interested in, age, location, photo, and we have location, name, age, gender, interested in, and photo. I believe that's all. That's the profile events, and we are done. Now we can go to the block. Things first is we need to correct the initial state. This is not the initial state. The initial state is profile state dot empty, like so. That's the initial state. So that's the first thing, and then this is going to have a dependency on our user repository. So we could come here and just say user, why isn't it? Okay, I've brought the user repository and user repository, like so. And we could come to the login block, which also has a dependency on the user repository, and we could copy this and we go back to our profile block, like so, and we could paste this. You may notice I'm not explaining a lot of what we're doing, because I believe if you have done it 3 times before, you should get that. You should know the hang of things now. Profile block. So when you encounter something new that I haven't maybe mentioned or come across, I'll mention it. So we get this from Meta, right? And yeah, so like I said, we're using yield each or yield star depending on who you ask, and that just calls another function, right? And this is all done in the map event to state. When you're mapping event to state, to make it look cleaner, I see the documentation normally uses that method a lot. So yeah, so we come here and async star, because this is a stream, I believe that is more or less straightforward. And instead of typing it and then going to the method, I'll just type them down straight and then go to the method straight, because I don't think there's anything new we're encountering here. So we could say if the event is name changed, we are going to yield star a function which we will make called map name changed to state, and it's going to take the event dot name, like so. Else, if the event is age, why isn't it helping? Event is age changed, like so. We're going to, let's just copy this because it's going to be more or less the same. In case of this yield star, remember this calls it recursively. It's going to be map age changed to state. This is age changed. Oh god, I can't spell. Map age changed to state, and this is going to be event dot age, like so. And after that we check if it's the gender, and for that we will make all these methods in a bit. Let's just get through this, the various events. If the event is gender changed, like so. This is map gender changed to state, and it's going to be event dot gender, like so. And why is it taking so much space? And if the event is location changed, and this is going to be map location change to state, and it's going to be event dot location, like so. And if the okay, I'm just checking that. I think we're missing one brace. Okay, let me just sort it out. Now we've created the various events. I just finished them up, just the events as you'd expect them. And the events are name changed. They're basically the events from the profile event, if you can check. So it's the name changed, and then we create a function, map name to changed, which we have not yet created. And we do the same for age changed, we do the same for gender changed, we do the same for interested in, and we do the same for location, we do the same for photo changed, and we do the same for submitted. Now for submitted, we're going to go a bit different. We first thing we're going to do is because this is the one that submits the map, it submits a map essentially to Firebase, creating the user. When you hit the button, right, it creates the user on the Firestore database, right? So for that, first things, we should get who the current user, the authorized user is. And for that, I think we created a method. If we can go to user repository, I think one of the last methods we created in the user repository before building the profile setup is the Firebase current user. So we're going to use this to get the current user so that we can attach the current user to the guy who logged in the previous page. Before you get to this, we can attach his information, so the two are going to be linked. And for that, we come to, where is it, Profile Bloc. Let's go back to Profile Bloc. And the first thing we're supposed to do is to get the UID. So we could say unique identifier. And for that, we can just await. And we get the user repository, right? We get the user repository, and I think the method is get user, like so. So after we get user, we will come down and we will yield a method that we have not yet, yield star rather, or yield each. That's the name that is being fronted by the documentation. We could say map setup. We could say, call it map submitted. Submitted change sounds odd to pronounce, like map submitted changed. We could just say map submitted to state, like so. It's just that when I was doing this, I called it map submitted changed, which sounded a bit odd on the when you mention it like that. But yeah, I'm guessing it's that's the name, map submitted changed. Yeah, it's not an English class, so it's just private. We could get a separate helper function. The name, the hardest thing in programming, as they always say, is naming stuff. Yeah, so we could put a semicolon here, and what we would have here is the photo. The photo is going to be the event dot photo, like so. The name is going to be event dot name. The user ID is going to be UID. The age is going to be event.age. The location is going to be event.location. The interested in is going to be event.interested in, like so. So we're going to pass that, and we're going to hit save, and that is going to be, and now what is left is to create this various helper functions that we pass on to yield. And I'm guessing we could use the IDE to help us a bit along the way. So we could come here, and I'm sure it's the same for VS Code. So you could come here and we could create methods for this. So remember, methods, not functions, because we need them to be inside the class because they're private, you see. So we could say map state to change, and this one is going to essentially be, this is going to be a stream, because we're going to use async, remember, async star rather, or each, depending on who you ask. Profile state, like so, and yeah, and after that we're going to use async star, and we're going to come back and say yield. We're not yielding star, we're actually finishing out the yield state dot update, and the update is going to take we could put a semicolon here. This is dot after all. We could say is photo empty, and going to set the photo null, like so. So that's going to be the first one. After that, we need to create essentially the rest. So yeah, we need to create the rest. Why is this photo? Okay, let me create the rest, and then I can just talk about them quickly so that we can go a bit faster. And I think the easiest way is just to copy this, copy, and come back down. And we could say here, instead of map name, what's the next one? The name is map name. Oh, this was name. No, it's not supposed to be photo, sorry. So this should be here. This should be name, like so. That was a mistake I made. After that, we could say map, is it, what's the name? Photo, I'm guessing. It's map photo to changed. Map photo changed to state, and this should be the photo, like so. And so we have that, and the next one is what's the next one? Oh, I also made a mistake up here. This shouldn't be, should be like that, right? Get rid of the stream profile. It's supposed to be up here. I guess I was doing a lot of this typing at night when I was really tired. So yeah, I guess the more tired you get, the more mistakes you make. Yeah. But yeah, let's continue. So after that, we have map photo change to state, and we should do the same for age. I'm guessing we come here, copy, and we can come here, and this will be map age change to state, like so. And after age changed, and this should be age, and this should not be photo, this should be age, like so. And after that we should have map age change to state, right? Why is it complaining? Anyway, let's just get through them and then we'll figure it out. This will be, we could do the same to, I'm guessing, gender, and this will be map gender changed, and this will be gender, and I think string will be date time, right? Photo will be file. A photo will be a file, right? The age, the map photo, that's file. Why is it complaining? Let's see. Do we have dot.io? Yes, we get dot.io, and I'm guessing the photo is solved. Yeah. So the problem is we're not indicating the correct type here. That was the mistake I had made. The age is going to be calculated from the date time. It could be an integer, but we're doing it from the date time, right? So that mistake has been sorted. And the gender is going to be a string, and this is going to be gender, like so. Let's give it space, especially if you're coming from, if you're programmed Swift. You know, Xcode is very unforgiving with those things. So after gender, what's next? Interested in. Interested in is going to be a string. So we can come here, hit copy, and come down here and say map interested in changed, and this is going to be interested in changed, and this is going to be interested in changed. At least in the next video, we're going to start building the UI. It's not going to be as laborious as BLoC can become sometimes. And the next one is location. Location is going to be, is it geopoint or geolocation? We can, and let's just copy. This is, gives us more, right? We can come here, hit copy, come down here, do this, and say map location changed, right? And this is going to be location, and this is going to be location, like so. So, oh, just noticed something I wasn't doing. I wasn't changing this. We say is name empty, because this is a name, and after that is photo empty, yes, and this is age, and this is gender empty, and this is interested in empty, and you can get rid of this empty, and then this is location empty, and you can get rid of this empty, like so. So we have created, why is it? Oh yeah, location is a geopoint. I had said it and I forgot to correct it. Location is a geopoint, like so. Yes, and now we have everything created except this map submitted to change, and I admit it does sound a bit wrong. Map submitted changed. And yeah, and this one will take be a stream of profile state, like so. Map submitted change, and of course it is going it's going to be an async star, as you'd expect. Async star, right? And we can come down here and it has the photo, the name, the string, the user ID, the date, the age, the location, and the interested in. Does it have the gender? I can't see the gender. String. Okay, my timer just went off. Let me sort out. I can't see the gender. Photo, name, user ID, age, location, interested in. We did here. We noted this and we forgot to include the gender. Event.gender, like so. And we put a comma, like so. And we come down here and we say string gender. The thing is that there's so many different things you have to check. Like you have to check the photo is there, the name is there, the gender is there, the user ID. So make sure everything is like this. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a while. So map name, the age, the gender, the interested in, the location, the photo, and then we submit it. We could call it map submitted. And after that, the various methods, there will be one for map name change, the name. Essentially, we create the methods here. We could say name, photo, and make sure that they are all correct. Photo, age, gender, interested in, location, and submitted. How many are they? They're supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because the UID comes from the repository. So basically that. And when we get here, we're going to say what we're going to yield is a state. We could call it the loading state. So we could say yield profile state dot loading, and then we're going to use a try catch block, and we could say try, and this is going to await user repository, and we're going to try and set up the profile setup. So that's going to take photo, user ID, the name. Oh, sorry, I just typed something. The photo, the user ID, the name, the gender, the interested in, the age, and the location. I think we have everything like so. And this is what we created at the beginning. If you come at the user repository, this is what we created, the profile setup, right? So we're going to try and do that. And where are we? We're in the profile block. So we're going to do this, and this is complaining because you've not yet set up the catch. And if it is successful, we're going to have a new state. We could say yield star. No, this is yield, right? I talked about generator functions in earlier videos, so I'm assuming if you're following this, you have a clue, and you can go back to the videos if you have questions about that. So it could yield success, and in case things don't work out, this is a try catch block, and I hope we haven't made any errors, but we'll know. We'll be making this page soon, so we'll be able to see if we can create users. Hopefully I have not made any errors, or if I do, we'll just correct them, because errors always seem to crop up. Profile state dot failure, like so. So basically that is that. Yeah, so we've created, this, and I'm guessing there is everything. Is there anything we've left out? I can't think of anything we've left out. Yeah, let me just have a quick look over and then we can move on. We have finished with our profile block. We've worked on the user repository, the profile event, the profile state, the profile block, yeah. And I haven't mentioned the barrel file because this is just for exporting. You should know that if you've been following along. So basically that's it for our profile block. We'll now move on to building the profile page. Thank you for watching. As always, like and subscribe and start the repository on GitHub. And we should be, and see you in the next video.